What's up guys, welcome back to another video. For those of you guys who don't know me, my name is Kelsick. I'm a full-time kiteboarder and content creator from the island of Antigua, and today's video is going to be a little Q&A. So I'm going to be answering some questions that people asked me on Instagram. So yeah, hopefully you guys here on YouTube might learn some stuff that you don't know about me. So yeah, let's go.
1, 3, 5, go! Coming from the wild, wild West Indies.
Alrighty guys, so here we go. So yeah, just to kind of recap what I'm doing here, this is an idea that I've had for a while, but I've never actually did it. It wasn't until Megan started putting out questions and answers on Instagram that I decided to do the same, and I got quite a lot of questions. So today's video is going to basically be me answering some questions that people asked me on Instagram. Some of them are quite interesting. I haven't really organized them. I'm just going to run through kind of all of the questions, quickly read them, and give some kind of answers on what people asked. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this. If something you're not into, go watch my last video. Some action over there. But for today, we're gonna be kind of just answering some questions from Instagram. So let's go, Bruce. Question number 1: what is your scariest kite accident or crash? Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah, I haven't actually had too many crazy ones. There was one in Triple S a few years ago, which is a big event in Cape Hatteras, North Carolina, which is an event all about park riding and stuff like that. Basically, they have this big, huge A-frame rail, and I went for a gap handle pass over it, and kind of just came off on the upwind side and missed the rail and crashed into the rail super hard. But luckily, I was totally fine. I blew my board out, like the rail of my board, just fucking blew that shit all the way out. But besides that, I was totally fine. Besides that, I've had a few scary moments as far as squalls coming through and just riding sketchy rails and stuff like that. But for the most part, I haven't really had too many injuries. I try and ride pretty smart. The only real injury I've had is I sprained my ankle super bad one time, just being really stupid and jumping way too close to the beach and landing on the beach. So yeah, you don't want to do that. So that was question number one. Question number 2: any plans for Mauritius? Currently, not really. I went to Mauritius like 4 or 5 years ago maybe, when I was sponsored by Ozone, and yeah, Mauritius was a really cool place. Crazy waves, super cool coastline. It reminded me a lot of Antigua, but just with way more of a rugged ocean. Like there's a lot of water moving around, a lot of stuff happening in the ocean. So yeah, Mauritius is cool. Don't really have any plans on going back there anytime soon though. Next question: come and visit Turks. Yeah, that's actually a great question. I'm going to be in Turks at the end of this month for a little kite event happening there. Went there last year. Super cool place, super beautiful kiting. Highly recommend it if you've never been. Why did I stop the daily Instagram stories? Haha. Sometimes I just feel like I spend way too much time on the screen, so that's why I stopped the Instagram stories every day. So yeah, hopefully you guys are enjoying this. I got quite a lot of questions, so I'm just going to kind of run through them. Maybe this is boring, maybe it's cool. So yeah, next question. Favorite Caribbean kite spot outside of Antigua and Barbuda? That's tricky. The Grenadines is pretty nice. They got some really nice spots there if you're on a boat and you can kind of roam around and check out different spots. Grenadines is pretty sick. Dominican Republic's pretty sick as well, but depending on where you go, it can be quite busy and packed. Yeah, Beavides is also cool. Antigua is a really nice spot. Big up to the homie Tommy Gaunt, who has a kite school over there. Super small place, very similar to kind of Barbuda. But you got waves, flat water. So yeah, there are a few sick spots in the Caribbean. I really want to get like a freaking catamaran and just do trips all around the Caribbean, because in season for me there's nowhere else I would rather be than in the Caribbean. It's warm, it's beautiful, there's lots of sick kite spots. So yeah, Caribbean's pretty freaking sick. What idea started toner? Ooh, great question. There's so much freaking stuff to talk about with this. I'll actually leave a link in the description if you want to check out more about toner. We have a little page on the website which gives you the whole breakdown of how toner came about and you know how we got to where we are today. But basically toner was started by 3 friends of mine, Andre Phillip, Adam Anton, and Derek Camacho. Derek Camacho was a shaper for many years. He used to make custom boards back in the day when if you were good at kiteboarding and you could go upwind, basically, yeah, if you could go upwind, you were considered super good at kiteboarding and you needed a custom board because the production boards were super duper bad. And he kind of, I think, was a big movement behind starting the brand because he was good at shaping boards and wanted to start making boards and grow a whole kite company. And then Andre got involved, Adam got involved, and now we got Tono, which is what you guys know about today. But yeah, dive into the description and check out that link. There's a link that gives you way more info on that. So if you're interested in Tono and want to find out more about the history, go check that out. It's going to be way more in depth than I could explain to you right here, right now. Alright, next question. Do you guys ever surf in the waves in Antigua? Not really. Antigua's not a super wavy spot. You can get waves, but it's pretty rare. There's like 1 or 2 spots that get kite surfable waves, but they're kind of far away and you gotta really commit to going on a mission to shred them. So I don't really ride in waves that much. I enjoy like knee to waist high kickers. Those are super fun for twin tip riding, but yeah, don't really ride in waves that much. Let's look through some other questions. Was I born in Antigua? Great question. Yeah, I was born in Antigua. My dad's family has actually been here for quite a long time. I think his dad's dad was born here as well. So my dad's side of the family has been here for quite a long time. So was my mom, but she's originally from England, but she moved here a long time ago. So yeah, my roots are very deep in Antigua. It's where I was born and raised. It's kind of, you know, it's my home. This has kind of made me who I am today. And yeah, I wouldn't trade it for anything. It's definitely a unique upbringing and a unique kind of way of living life, I guess. And life's very different to like a big city or something, you know. Next question. How do you get from London to Antigua by plane? Super duper easy. I think British Airways and Virgin Atlantic do direct flights, so it takes, I think, 7 to 9 hours to get there or to get from here to there. So Antigua is super duper easy to get to from London. Next trip. Next question. Favorite tricks. My favorite tricks. Ooh, da. There are a few, man. I like kind of simple, smooth tricks that you can do with grabs and stuff. My favorite technical trick is probably a KGB. Other favorite trick is probably a slim chance, double grab to blind. Lately I've been just really enjoying super simple hooked in, like big front roll, nose grab, tail grab to blind. Like fairly simple maneuver once you're good at kiting, but it's like low risk because you're hooked in. So yeah, those are some of my favorite tricks. Who's my photographer? I guess, you know, because this is coming from Instagram. I actually shoot most of my stuff. Megan helps shoot sometimes, and the homie Andre Phillip also shoots sometimes as well. If you go to Instagram and you kind of go into the description of Instagram, you'll be able to see who shot the photo. If it doesn't mention anyone, it means I shot it, or maybe Megan shot it and I forgot to give her props. So yeah, I kind of shoot most of the content that I put out into the world. Let's scroll through. Like, we got lots of questions. You guys probably can't see them, but we got a good amount of questions. So hopefully you guys are enjoying this so far. If you're still watching, actually leave some comments down below. Ask me some questions, because I think I want to do more videos on this type of stuff soon. Because I think it's really hard for me to kind of just explain who I am and what's happening. People see like a cool video and they just think a certain thing. But I want to like connect more with you guys. So if you got any questions, feel free to ask them down below. I may just type back to you or save them for the next Q&A video. So yeah, do that right now while I find some more questions. How did I know I was ready for unhooking? That's a good question, dude. I've actually made some videos on this. I think it's called 5 tricks you should learn before you start unhooking. I'll link that stuff down below as well. But basically, once you can, you know, ride upwind, you can do jumps, you can do back rolls, you can do front rolls, you can do some grabs. Like, you're just super comfortable with the basic hooking tricks. Basically, once you've got those dialed in, it's time to start unhooking, bro. So, simple as that. Did I have a kite in Cabarete, Dominica? Yes, I have kited in Cabarete. Super cool place. Yeah, real kite mecca for the Caribbean. Lots of kiters there. It's a full-on kite town. Come and kite in Oahu, Hawaii. Ooh, yeah, that'd be cool, man. I went to Hawaii 2 years ago, but only for like 4 days. I was on my way to Bora Bora. If you guys haven't seen that video, like super cool story on how that trip even came about. So again, I'll link that stuff in the description. Go check it out. Yeah, but Oahu was super cool, man. Real like island vibes. Like it's kind of like country feeling area because there's not too many buildings and stuff. Just a lot of stuff happening around there. Whew, there's mad questions, bro. What was it like growing up in Antigua? Both my parents were originally from the island. I kind of answered this question already, but growing up in Antigua was cool, man. You know, I would say, yeah, it was super cool. Most people are super nice. Majority of the population is black, which is nothing weird. Like people down here don't really see race that much, I would say. You know, in my class there was probably 2 other white kids besides me, but not a big deal at all. First day is always funny. People are like, where are you from? You know, you can't be from Antigua. Look, you don't look Antiguan, bro. But yeah, after the first day, it's all good. Growing up in Antigua was super cool, man. It's a very free place to grow up. You know, still kind of island vibes. You don't really island vibes. You don't really feel like someone's just waiting to tell you that you can't do something or you shouldn't be here or that. It's still pretty free and cool. What else we got? Any trips planned? Not too much. I want to start doing more kite trips in Antigua. If you guys haven't seen, I've been doing a few trips on cats. Still trying to figure out a solid boat situation, but yeah, I want to really nail down some sick kite experiences in Antigua. So yeah, want to work on some of that stuff. Favorite thing to do apart from kiteboarding? Make videos, bro, tell stories. That's definitely my favorite thing. I love filmmaking. So if I'm not kiting, I'm usually learning about filmmaking or editing videos I've already shot. So yeah, I just really like making videos and stuff. How long ago did you start foilboarding? Probably 2.5 years ago now. Big ups to the homies over at Levitas Kite Foils. Those are the guys who really kickstarted my foiling career by hooking me up with some gear. So yeah, foiling's pretty freaking sick. Bruise. So yeah, let's scroll through some other questions. I don't think I'm going to answer them all because we'll probably be here forever. But let me kind of scroll through and see if there's any other sick ones. Why do you prefer boots versus straps? Again, I've made a little video on this. I'll link it kind of up above here. But I prefer boots just because you have a way more locked in feeling, you have way more control of your board, and when you're hitting features or you're doing really powered, unhooked tricks, boots just help you get better pop, help you land harder. So that's basically why I ride boots. What did I want to be when you were little, like before I started kiteboarding? Ooh. Well, basically I started kiting at like 10 years old. At 10 years old, I wasn't stoked on kiting because I was still learning and gear wasn't that good. I kind of like hated kiting a little bit because it was annoying. Every time I would go out, I would end up with a freaking kite down, lines tangled up, freaking bird nest of a headache. So I wasn't super stoked on kiting when I first started. But to answer the question, I didn't really think about anything else besides kiting because I got into it so young. And I saw what people like Andre Phillip was doing, because as I got into the sport, his career was kind of taking off, and I got to see like the life of the pro, like what was possible if you were able to like do kiteboarding full time. So yeah, from pretty early on, I wanted to be a full-time kiteboarder. I wanted to be a pro kiteboarder. That was it. There was no other goals. There was no other distractions. That was it. I wanted to finish up normal school and figure out how to kiteboard all the time. That was the goal. And here we are. So pretty sick. What else we got? What would I choose between the foil and the twin tip? If you could only choose one, I would choose both, boo. They're both good for very different things. The twin tip is sick and fun and powerful for when the wind's perfect, but the foil is also super amazing for when the wind's light or going exploring. So really, I gotta have both. I can't have one, boo. If I gotta have one, I need a freaking go-go gadget-like board that can be both, because they're both really useful and fun for different things. So what else we got? Woo! Getting tired from talking so much, Bruce. What else we got? Have you guys typed any questions down below? Because I will get back to you, mofos. I will get back to you. Type them in, boo. Ask me some questions. Do we have worldwide shipping for toner stuff? Yeah, we do. We ship pretty much everywhere. We ship to the US, Canada, and Europe. and you can order directly from tonalife.com. So if you're interested in the board, some swag like this, anything from Tona, go check it out. We will figure out how to get gear to you guys, no stress. So yeah, go do that, booze. So yeah, rounding up here, guys. Hopefully this is cool. I feel like I'm just talking a lot, but I mean, hopefully you guys are learning some info. Hopefully I'm not just ripping through the questions way too fast. I'm not sure if this is the best way to answer questions. Maybe I'll move it over to the podcast, but maybe this is still kind of cool for you guys. Let's see what we got. Do I plan on doing more competitions? Not really, man, because the competition scene is super tough. There are a few guys who are like top tier, 100% focused on competing and just have that drive to compete. For me, I've kind of always been a free rider and did a little bit of competing like a few years back, just to kind of get in the scene and meet people and do stuff like that. But I was never really that motivated on competing. So for me, I'm now kind of trying to focus on doing trips and kind of sharing my knowledge and experience with other people, like up and coming kiters, and doing stuff like that. That's kind of what I enjoy, as well as creating content. So that's kind of my main focus. I don't think I'm going to be doing too many comps anytime soon. So yeah, that's that. What else we got? Why do I like to ride without fins on my twin tip? Again, bro, you gotta come from Instagram and come and hang out here on YouTube. I've made a video on this, kind of the pros and cons of why I ride finless. But basically, the main one is because I hit kickers and stuff like that all the time, and you can't really hit kickers with fins. And once you master riding without fins and you have a good board like the Tonal Pop or something like that with some channels in the bottom, you can actually do everything without fins, and you have a lot more freedom to kind of slide up the sand and do all sorts of different stuff that you wouldn't be able to do with fins. What else we got? What is the best way to start hitting park features? Super good question, man. Biggest one I would say is go to the cable park. That's a great way to kind of get used to getting a good line and just getting used to hitting features that are very safe and user friendly. I want to make a video about this at some point. I think I'll make it hopefully pretty soon. But the biggest thing with hitting features is just making sure you take your fins off and figuring out your line. That's the biggest tip I guess I would give for hitting features. Was there ever a point in kiteboarding when I wanted to give up? Sort of, man, you know, because I've been pursuing this life and lifestyle for like 15 years now, maybe a little bit longer. And your question's probably more like, you know, struggling with figuring out kiting and wanting to give up. But my answer is going to be more based on like pursuing kiteboarding full time and stuff like that. For sure, dude, there was a long time where I was just chasing a dream and basically felt like you're getting nowhere, you know, because Antigua is a great place for kiting, but there's not a lot of kite opportunities. So back in the day when I was first starting and I didn't really have the means to leave the island or do anything like that, sometimes the dream of being able to kiteboard full time seemed impossible, but you can't give up, boo. Don't give up at anything in life. If you really want it, figure out a way. These days there's a way. There's info out there. There's ways to connect with people. You can make stuff happen if you really want to. So yeah, don't give up, boos. Keep doing your thing. What else we got? Any tips on how to get sponsors? Ooh, that's a good question that a lot of people ask. It's tricky, man. Sponsors are super duper hard. The biggest thing you gotta think about is bringing value to sponsors. You know, most sponsors want promotion. So if you get really good at making videos, or you win competitions, or you're just the cool dude at your home spot that everyone knows for kiting, that stuff is valuable. And if you can figure out how to kind of package that and show that to someone kind of quick and easily, your chances of getting some sort of deal and sponsorship go up a lot. And yeah, just work on building relationships with people who are in the industry, you know, whether it's your local kite shop or a pro rider that you know. Just kind of build relationships and keep working on the riding, keep working on your people skills. And yeah, again, if you really want to figure it out, there is a way. Do skis. Interested in coming down to Australia for a kite session? Yes, dude, I would love to come to Australia. I have never actually been to that side of the world, and I hope to check it out sometime soon. I'm actually working on this boat trip next year August, I think, which I'll link maybe in the description down below as well. So hopefully I'll get to come over then. But yeah, I would love to check out that side of the world. It seems very alive and just like a freaking cool place to be. So what else we got? What workouts or training do I do for kiting? I don't do enough, man. I've been doing a little bit of TRX. I do 10 push-ups every morning as part of my workout, as part of my wake-up routine. But I don't really work out that much. I've been doing a little bit of stretching and stuff like that. But for sure, if you really want to get strong in kiting, you should just work out your legs, shoulders, core, stuff like that. That will help you kind of stay strong and together for kiting. But I need to really get way more into working out. Average wind speed in Antigua, probably 15 to 20 knots. So usually on a 10 or 12 meter kite, it's pretty rare to ride a small kite like an 8 meter. So yeah, we get kind of smooth, steady trade winds, which is what I live for. I enjoy being on a bigger kite and having steady wind. And that's kind of what we get here in Antigua. So Pepe the Don, big ups. Thoughts on Nipsey Hussle passing? This is touchy subject, bro. Most of you guys might not know who he is, but Nipsey Hussle is like this rapper slash entrepreneur who kind of just got killed recently. And I don't feel good talking about this, but there's a question right here about it. Crazy, man. Just goes to show that life is short. If you got a dream, you got a passion, you got something you want to do it today. Figure out, start working on it right now, because life's not forever, man. You could get sick, something weird could happen, and life could be over in a split second. So try and just make sure you're making the most of every day. That's kind of what I think about that sort of stuff. Best advice for beginners, become a Patreon, bro. Patreon is something that I've been trying to build a little bit. I haven't really figured out the best way to bring value to you guys. But yeah, best advice for beginners is just try and soak up as much knowledge as you can and spend as much time behind the kite as possible. Make sure you got the right gear, and yeah, just put in the time. It's just like anything in life. You gotta put in the time to kind of, you know, figure things out. So yeah, I'm gonna round up a little bit more, just to, I don't want to sit here and talk all day. I think next time I'll organize the top tier questions and answer. But I'm gonna kind of go through a few more. Can you tell me what's so good about the Pop 2.0? Well, the Pop's my favorite board, man. I've been riding that shape for a few years, and it's just a very bomb-proof, fast, grippy, beautiful board. So yeah, that's kind of why I like the Pop. I'd recommend if you're into, you know, freestyle riding, hitting parks, or you just want to look cool out of water, go check it out, booze. TunnelLife.com. Go check that mother beeper out. Alright, gonna find one more question that I saw last time, and then I think I'll round up. Okay, two more. What's my life goal? My life goal is to basically be able to build a sustainable business around kiteboarding. That's what I'm trying to do here with the videos. That's what I'm trying to do here with the trips, stuff like that. I want to build something that's sustainable, because right now a big part of what I do is based on this video stuff, and this is a lot of work. It's something that a lot of times doesn't feel that sustainable, so I'm just trying to work on other ways of kind of building a business around who I am and what I'm doing within kiteboarding. That's probably my biggest goal business wise. And besides that, I just want to live like a happy, free life where every day I wake up and I feel fulfilled, and I also feel like I have a purpose in life, like I'm doing something, you know, meaningful, whether it's like stoking out up and coming kiters or whatever. You know, I just want to live a happy, time-free, purposeful life. Alright, last question I'm going to end on, because a lot of you guys probably wonder about this. I think I saw it somewhere here. So yeah, how many streams of income do I have, and what are they? So basically right now I have 6 streams of income. 2 of my main income streams come directly from Toner Kiteboarding, the guys who make all the kiteboarding gear I ride, and then also Heli. Heli is like an adventure company who basically is growing into, it's basically like the Airbnb of adventure travel. They've been very focused on ski stuff for a while. They're now branching into kiteboarding, and I'm helping them kind of build out trips and execute on trips and build media around trips and stuff like that. So Toner Kiteboarding and Heli, or heli.life is the website. Those are the main guys who kind of allow me to do what I'm doing. But besides that, I also make a little bit of money from YouTube, very small amount. I make a little bit of money from Amazon affiliate stuff, you know, some of the videos I've made about GoPro accessories and stuff like that. I make a little bit of money from stuff like that. And then Patreon is also another big one that I want to grow. Right now it's still pretty small. I have like 22, 23 Patreons in there where people actually supporting what I'm doing. They can, you know, contribute X amount every month and stuff like that. Really helps, you know, when you're chasing the dream. I want to really figure out Patreon because I think that could be a game changer for both of us. For me, because it would allow you guys to directly support what I'm doing, and it would allow me to like directly help you guys. I was thinking about doing some online coaching or something like that, or being able to call and do like video coaching online or something like that. So still figuring it out, but those are kind of my main income streams, as well as basics.life, which is where I sell all my apparel. I sell like t-shirts and stuff like that. So yeah, I have 6 income streams. 2 are the main ones. Everything else is kind of just trickling in, which kind of just helps me maintain, you know, camera gear, pay my internet bill, stuff like that. So yeah, hopefully that kind of helps you guys understand a bit more about who I am and what I'm doing. I feel like I've been talking forever. I'm gonna have a sore throat after this, I think. But yeah, today was just a little experiment to do something different. Big ups to all the guys who ask questions on Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, go do it right now, at Kelsick. That's where I post all my photo and some video content, so it'll be cool to see you guys over there. And that's pretty much it, guys. If you got any questions here on YouTube as well, feel free to leave that stuff down in the comment section below. And if you want to check out some of the stuff that I talked about, all that stuff will be linked in the description of this video. All the sponsors, all the videos, all the stuff I mentioned here, I will put in the time, find them and link them all in the description. And that's pretty much it, guys. I'm gonna go have a little breather, get some water, because I feel like I've been talking forever. Big thanks for tuning in, guys, and I'll see you guys soon in another video. Peace, love, and big ups.